Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV. This is the patch 6.18 notes. As we know, 6.18 is data center travel system, as well as a new Japanese data center with Meteor, but there are actually more things in this patch. So let's have a look together. First of all, there's a battle system section, and you'll be pleased to know the weekly restriction on receiving the Unsung Blades of Asphodelos from Asphodelos the Fourth Circle has officially been removed. So if you're planning to save up those blades to get and alt one of those weapons, you'll be pleased to know you don't have to wait each week for those. Also, the following adjustments have been made to Pandemonium Asphodelos on Savage difficulty. 2 treasure coffers will now always appear. Furthermore, the weekly restriction on rewards obtained from coffers has been removed, so you can farm certain winks if you need to. The weekly entrance restriction for all areas of Pandemonium Asphodelos Savage has also been removed, so if you're stuck on a certain boss, you can go straight to the next one without any kind of penalty or any need to actually clear that one first. It also says players may now proceed directly to any circle of Pandemonium Asphodelos Savage, so straight from the beginning. So if you don't want to do the Firebird boss, technically you don't have to, but it's still obviously important to do as many of them as possible in Savage. The item required to enhance weapons purchased with Allegan Tomestones of Astronomy, which is the Radiant Roborant, can be purchased from the following vendor over at Nesvaz in Radzat-Han for 1 Aglaia coin. So obviously you can get your upgraded weapon by doing it this way now. Awesome stuff. Upgrading equipment. After acquiring the items to enhance the weapon from Jakazai, Jalakshai, I'm not really good with names, Wilmetta or Nesvaz, speak with Kaldeen in Radzat-Han and exchange them for augmented gear of your choice. So yes, so basically this is the patch most people have been looking forward to for the unlock of things. If you're stuck on any particular raid content, this is going to give you a big leg up and obviously allow you to access other parts of the raid series. Obviously in preparation for 6.2, which is only going to be a little bit around the corner. Next, we have PvP changes. Feel free to hit the timestamp button after the PvP changes if you're not interested, but I'm going to read through these. The following adjustments have been made to PvP actions. So Paladin has had a change to Holy Sheltron. It says damage reduction from the Knight's Resolve effect has been reduced from 20% to 15%. Warrior, Onslaught and Orogeny have been changed. So Onslaught, the base potency has been increased to 500 from 400, and the maximum potency has been increased to 5,000 from 4,000. Orogeny has had a similar change, and the base potency maximum is up to 1,000 from 800, and the maximum is 10,000 from 8,000. Dark Knight then, very similar changes as well. Blood Spiller, base potency up to 6,000. We also have the threshold for reaching maximum potency has been changed from HP below 20 to HP below 25%. Eventide has changed. Base potency has been increased from 1 to 10,000. That's quite significant. Nice little boost. Gunbreaker, Burst Strike, potency has been increased from 6,000 to 7,000. Hypervelocity, potency has been increased to 3,000 from 2,000. The barrier potency of Junction Tank bonus has been increased to 6,000. DPS bonus 5,000 and healer bonus to 4,000. That's quite significant and probably quite needed. I don't see a lot of gunbreakers in PvP at the moment. Ninja then, Saiton Tenchu. We have the duration of Unsealed Saiton Tenchu effect has been reduced from 10 to 8 seconds. Machinist Blast Charge now grants a movement speed increase when overheated. That's pretty good actually, wow. And Ether Mortar, potency has been increased from 4,000 to 6,000, with barrier potency increased from 4,000 to 6,000 as well. Very nice stuff. Dance has had 4 changes. Potency increases mostly. So Honing Dance up to 4,000, Reverse Cascade up to 6,000, Fountain Fall up to 8,000. So those 3 abilities have had a 1,000 potency increase. And Saber Dance damage bonus has been increased from 5% to 10%. Black Mage's Burst, barrier potency has been reduced from 16,000 to 12,000. And for Super Flare, enemies under the effect of Umbral Freeze will now be afflicted with a status ailment consumerate with the number of stacks accumulated. So 1 stack heavy, 2 stacks bind, 3 stacks deep freeze, and they're on a 2-second. That's interesting. So this is what they meant about trying to bring Black Mage in line, but still give it some buffs. I don't know. That's interesting. Summoner, Festa, base potencies up to 4,000 from 3,000, and the maximum potencies up to 8,000. Nice little increase. And Astro, finally, Gravity 2. Heavy effect is now only applied on the first target. That's a significant change. And Gravity 2, when executed after double cast, the bind effect is now only applied to the first target as well. So no longer will they AoE bind or heavy, which is probably going to be quite interesting. That's quite enough, but they were annoying as all heck. Right then, Crystalline Conflict. Season 1 is going to end and Season 2 is beginning. When the season ends, the top 100 ranking players from each data center will receive vouchers via the Moogle delivery service in-game. Players finishing a bronze tier or higher can claim rewards by speaking with the seasonal quartermaster at the Wolves Den Pier. And you can click a hyperlink to look at the rewards. It says the tier rewards for Season 1 must be claimed before the end of Season 2. Kind of obvious. Upon the commencement of Season 2, you will be placed 5 rises below your final placement in Season 1 with 0 rising stars. So at least you get to keep your rank, basically, for the most part. Just not your rises. Interesting. Well, with your rises, but 0 rising stars. Very interesting stuff. And then we also have more PvP stuff. We've got Frontline here. It says, we are planning a number of adjustments for 6.2, including further changes to the rate at which the limit gauge fills for each job, as well as damage modifiers. Oh, very interesting. I didn't think about that. Yes. The combat rank bonus for the limit gauge has been adjusted as follows. So now, currently in the game, it's first non, second fills 1.25 times faster, and third fills 1.5 times faster. And after this change, it will be the first fills 0.75 times slower, second is non, and then third fills 1.25 times faster. Interesting. So based on your combat rank bonus, that's what it's going to be. That means that you'll have limit break a lot earlier, but you'll also have a drop-off point. That's going to be interesting for them to toy with, see how that feels. And it also says damage modifiers based on job has been adjusted as follows. Damage taken for tank and melee DPS have been changed from minus 40% to minus 60%. Damage taken for physical range DPS, magical range DPS, and healer have been changed from minus 20 to minus 30%. And damage dealt for summoner, scholar, and white mage have been changed from 0% to minus 10%. Very interesting. So we'll have to see how all this feels in Frontline as we're getting closer to 6.2. But yeah, they've got a lot of changes for PvP and adjustments. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right then, back onto things that aren't PvP. So now we're talking about system. A new data center, Meteor, has been added to the Japanese region. It says following the addition of this new data center, worlds across all Japanese data centers will be redistributed. And you can click a link to find out more about that. It says new worlds have been added to the European data centers. So for Chaos, where I play, we now have Sagittarius and Phantom worlds. And on Light, we have Alpha and Raiden. Very cool stuff. So if you want to read why they've done that, basically there's a link there as well. It's because of congestion. And then we have the data center travel system being implemented. Using this new system, players can now travel between data centers to embark on adventures with players from those data centers. From a character selection screen, choose a character and select visit another data center from the subcommand. So we would right click on them, or you'd press square on them, and then you'd choose visit another data center. You select which one you want to go to. For example, they show Ether to Adamantoise, so that's Crystal. And you're picking that, and then you're picking what server. And on the final confirmation screen, select proceed to return to the title screen and begin the data center traveling process. It will basically give you a timer, and once the data center travel has been completed, you may select the appropriate data center and world to log in. Data center travel cannot be cancelled while it's in progress, so obviously make sure you want to go where you want to go. The time required for data center travel may vary depending on the congestion of your selected destination world. In certain cases, travel may even be cancelled. That's important. You may only travel to other data centers from your home data center. If you wish to travel to a data center from the one you're currently visiting, you must first return to your home data center and submit a data center visit request from there. Oh, I see. So you're not able to hop to Ether to Crystal, and then when you're on Crystal, do a thing to go from Crystal to Primal. You've actually got to go back to Ether from Crystal to then request to go to Primal. So it's all based on your home data center. That makes sense, I suppose, but that is a limitation we didn't know about. Traveler titles. Players visiting other data centers will have the Traveler title displayed on their nameplate. This title will be displayed when undertaking duties on the destination data center. So obviously, instead of Wanderer, we have Traveler for this. This title will also be displayed in the friend list and in player searches under the company column. Okay, restrictions. This is the thing we're most interested in. Certain features are unavailable or restricted when you're visiting another data center. Disciple of Land. Legendary and unspoiled gathering nodes are inaccessible. Okay? Retainers. Retainers cannot be summoned, hired, or released from servers. Items cannot be put up for sale on the market board. However, market board items can still be purchased, so you can still interact with that other data center's market board and buy things. The following quests can only be accepted from your homeworld: an ill-conceived venture, Gridania Limsalum. I think that's the pre-quest, isn't it? I'm sure there's quite a few quests. Free companies. Free companies cannot be formed or joined. Free company information cannot be viewed. Company credits cannot be earned. Free company chat cannot be used to send or receive messages. Link shell information can't be viewed. Link shells can't be created or joined. Link shells cannot be used to send or receive messages. This applies cross-world link shell. Cross-world link shells cannot be formed. However, it is still possible to join cross-world link shells with a limit of 8 cross-world link shells per data center. Travelers cannot be promoted to master of cross-world link shells in the destination data center, so they'd have to go back home. Cross-world link shells in different data centers cannot be used to receive or send messages. So there's not really any way of talking to people, is there, apart from, in the local chats. Fellowships. Fellowship information cannot be viewed from your homeworld. Travelers cannot form or join fellowships in a different data center. Estates then for housing and apartments cannot be purchased. Resident sharing is unavailable. The quest A Bird in Hand can only be accepted from your home world. Eternal bonding. Ceremonies of eternal bonding are unavailable, sadly. Eternal bonding quests are unavailable. Invitations to ceremonies cannot be offered to players in other data centers. So Gold Saucer, Lord of Verminion tournaments cannot be entered. Triple Triad tournaments can't be entered. And Jumbo Cacpot tickets cannot be purchased or redeemed. Deep Dungeon results will not be saved to the leaderboards if you do any there, but you can do them with your friends on that other data center if you wish. PvP, Crystalline Conflict rank matches will not be available, because obviously it's a different data center. PvP team information cannot be viewed. PvP teams cannot be formed or joined. PvP teams cannot be used to send or receive messages. Moogle delivery service is completely unavailable. Letter notifications are unavailable outside of your home data center, so if you're expecting mail, you need to go back home. Teleport. Eternity rings may only be used when both players are on the same world, so if both of you and your partner go to that other data center's world, you will be able to use them. If not, then you won't. You can only use an Aetheryte pendulum to teleport to the nearest Aetheryte if both players are on the same world. You can only teleport to a friend's estate when you're on their home world. And it says also, new and preferred world bonuses. Bonuses will not be applied for visiting these worlds. So if you're like, I'll just visit this server on blah, 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 and I'll make benefits of this. No, you actually have to have created a character there, I'm afraid. If you are eligible for new or preferred world bonuses in your home world, these, however, will still apply when visiting another world. So even if you want to keep those bonuses from your world, you can whilst traveling. So those are the restrictions. They seem fairly obvious, honestly, to me. yeah, I don't see any big problems there personally. It's a lot like the restrictions that we have for our cross-world stuff that's already currently in the game before this patch. So yeah, bit of common sense really. Nice stuff. I'm quite excited. I thought there'd be a lot more limitations than that, but we'll see. So, resolved issues. Let's look at these finally, the last bits of the notes. The following issues have been addressed. There was an issue wherein contradictory dialogue appeared when speaking with Flahamin in Mordona after completing the Emeliant's custom delivery quests. Oh, interesting. I didn't know about that. An issue wherein contradictory dialogue appeared when speaking with Jesse in Ralgus Reach after completing the quest Goodbye, which is the end of the Omega quests that were added recently. An issue wherein participating in frontline campaigns, players under the effect of White Mage Action Miracle of Nature were no longer affected by PvP damage modifiers. Wow, that's huge. That's huge. And other minor text issues have also been addressed. They also say other various issues have been addressed as well, but they don't mention them here, so that could be anything really. It could be too game breaking for them to mention, or it could be something that's just so minor it's not worth mentioning. So, known issues. These are the current ones. It says an issue wherein the numbering of crossword link shells reverts to the order in which they were joined after using data center travel system and returning to your home data center. Okay, so that's just an ordering issue. All right, and that's it. That's the patch notes for 6.18. I'm incredibly excited about the data center travel system. I'll hopefully do some videos on that and including some live streams. Hopefully this opens up other creators to potential collaboration opportunities. Maybe we can get their characters on screen and do a tea time with them. You never know. Anyway, let me know what you think about these patch notes. Are you happy about the PvP changes? Are you expecting more from this? They did say that a lot of the changes would probably come in 6.2, so to have any changes at all is probably a good direction. Let me know if there's anything that irks you or anything you're surprised at. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Personally, access to unrestricted treasure coffers in Savage. It's about time. Let's go. Much love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.